Hi guys, and welcome back to the SN Studio for our first 10th edition battle report. We are playing the Take and Hold mission, Dawn of War deployment, and as you can see just behind me we have this abandoned manufactorum, beautifully laid out, and we have actually made it look very similar to what we see inside the rulebook as the perfect matched play battlefield. So we've tried to actually make it as close as possible and try it out for our first game. Now, in today's game, we have Aaron, the wizard, back in the studio. He is taking control of the Tyranids. Hive Fleet Titan are back on the tabletop, and they are bringing a mixed match of different units for today to actually see what they can actually do. We have Gene Stealers, we have big monsters, we have the Swarm Lord himself, and we actually can't wait to try all these units out. For myself, I am leading my personal Blood Angels. Now, it's the first time I'm testing them. We have been testing 10th edition behind the camera, but it's the first time I'm actually playing the Blood Angels. So I brought a mixed match of things, tried to make the list as close combat orientated as possible with what I have at the moment, legal for 10th edition. So I brought Bladeguard, I brought some big robots, big dreadnoughts to actually get stuck in and try and take down those big monstrous creatures. So again, very excited for my list as well. So with that said, let's go straight onto lists. Let's start with Aaron's Tyranids, and that's coming up next.
Okay guys, so I'm really excited today. This is our first ever 10th edition battle report, and of course I am bringing the Tyranids. Hive Fleet Titan is here today. The first time I'm running them in 10th. There's so many of them. Look at them. Like I genuinely, playing from 9th to 10th with Tyranids has just like doubled the amount that there are, so it's so cool. So again, army composition now in 10th is very different. You just choose your warlord, and then you have 3 of every single unit, or up to 3, and up to 6 battle lines, so it's a lot simpler. So today the warlord is the Swarm Lord, of course he is. He has to be the warlord. He's so good, he gives me extra CP, he hits like a beast, and he actually has a shooting attack now, so we'll see how that does. And I have a second character as well, who is my Broodlord today, and he's going to be running around with 10 Gene Stealers, because obviously he's a leader, so he's going to attach. I've given him the Adaptive Biology, I think it is, which is a 5-up Feel No Pain, but when he gets hurt at the start of a turn, it becomes a 4-up Feel No Pain, so it's really good. It makes him really hard to kill, especially with any precision attacks. Then obviously, onto the Gene Stealers, I've got 3 units of Gene Stealers, 1 unit of 10 that is going to go with a Broodlord, and 2 units of 5, just for that 8-inch scout move. I think they're actually really good now. Rerolling to wound and having that 2 wounds instead of having 1 wound, I think is going to be quite cool. Then we've got in the battle line 2 units of 10 Termagants, just to help hold objectives and, you know, have that little rule where they can move away and, you know, get some good board control. Then moving in, I have 1 unit of 3 Tyranid warriors with ranged bioweapons, with 2 Devourers and 1 Venom Cannon. And then the last non-big bug is pretty much the Zoanthropes. So I've got a unit of 3, well it's 2 and a Neurothrope now, because they're Sergeant, even though they don't do anything. So they're there to not have any Psychic anymore, but do have quite a good amount of shooting, so we'll see how that goes. And then I've got Hive Guard. I've got a unit of 6 Hive Guard. I know I said they weren't actually that good in the Codex, but I forgot that Overwatch also happens in the movement phase, so that actually makes them really good. So I've got 6 of them with Impaler Cannons to be in my backline and see if they can lend some indirect fire. And onto the big boys, onto the monsters. I've got 2 Exocrines today, which are very cheap and very cool. I've got a single Maleceptor, he's back. The dread Burden of 9th is back in 10th. And I've got 2 Tyrannofexes today with the Rupture Cannons, so obviously the big guns. Pardo hasn't got too many vehicles, but what he does got, you know, big Dreadnoughts, we'll see how they do. And yeah, like it is a lot of bugs, it is a lot of Tyranids, but again, we'll see exactly how they do. I'm very excited to play the first game. Don't have to tell you secondaries, because you know, we're playing these random cards now, we're playing the random draw mission, so that's really exciting as well. Let's see what Pardo is bringing today with his Blood Angels coming up next.
So here we go, 2,000 points of Blood Angels. First of all, for my HQs, I have a Sanguinary Priest as my warlord for today. Now, he's really good. He actually buffs units he joins, which he will be joining the Vanguard Veterans. More on that in just a couple of seconds. He grants them a Feel No Pain and a extra AP to their weapons, which is pretty tasty. He also has the Visage of Death enhancement to go with him. For my second HQ, we have a Phobos Captain. Now, we've all heard about the Captain and what he does. He grants free CP every battle round, or free stratagems every battle round, for the unit he gets attached to. He is in Phobos armor, so he will be attached to a Phobos unit. Again, more on that in a couple of seconds time. He's gone for the Artisan of War enhancement, so granting him a 2-up save and a better AP on all of his weapons. Moving on to troop choices, first of all we have two exactly the same heavy Intercessor squads. They are toughness 6 now, all Gravis armor is toughness 6, so they pack a punch in shooting because the guns are quite good, and they are quite difficult to actually bring down, especially with small arms fire. Then we have a big squad of infiltrators, a big squad of 10. This is where my Phobos captain will be attached to. Now, both of them have infiltrate, I think it is, so they can actually deploy anywhere on the battlefield, 9 inches away from enemy deployment zone or enemy units. And before the game starts, they can also redeploy actually, which is even better. It doesn't actually say that it has to go back into reserve or back into my deployment zone. So pretty tasty rule there, because you can outmaneuver your opponent if you are going first, or go very defensive if you're going second. Then we move on to elites. First of all, we have a big squad of Vanguard veterans with their heirloom weapons, which all the weapons now go into 1. They are all exactly the same. Strength 5, AP 1 on them, damage 1. Bit of a hit on them. I don't know what to think about them, but there's synergy with when you attach the Sanguinary Priest, they become AP 2, and there's some really nice stratagems with Blood Angels that make them quite good when they get that charge in. So a unit of 10, I have Storm Shields on all of them for a bit of resilience with a 4-up invulnerable save. Then we have a unit of Death Company, a unit of 5, just because all of you that are new to 10th edition, most units you can either get a certain number to start off or double that amount. So I haven't got the points to double that Death Company unit to 10, sadly, so it's a unit of 5, 2 Thunder Hammers and 2 Power Fists in that unit. They do have a 6-up Feel No Pain, again, as previous editions, and they do pack a punch when they get stuck in, re-rolling to hit and all that, and they also re-roll charges, if I'm not mistaken. Also in elites, we have 2 big units of Bladeguard, so I've tried to build this list with as much close combat units as possible to get stuck in and get those charges for the +1 strength and +1 attack of being a Blood Angel. So 2 units of 6, they come stock, no further upgrades on them. Remember that there's no such thing as sergeants anymore. They do have a very cool new rule where you can, when you get stuck in the fight phase, you can either go for the shield or the sword and you get perks for them. If you go for the sword, you reroll 1s to hit. If you go for the shield, you reroll 1s for your invulnerable saves on the shield. So pretty tasty. Then we have 2 new units by my good friend Antharius. Check him out on Instagram. This is Instagram. Beautiful work from him as always. Beautiful sculpting work as well on his page, so make sure you check him out. 2 Brutalis Dreadnoughts. Now I've upgraded them to have the melta guns on them because personally I think it's the way to go. Good in combat, good in shooting, take out those big monsters, which there's a lot of in the other side of the battlefield. So I'm hoping they get stuck in and do the damage they need to do. Then finishing off my list for today, I have a unit of Eradicators. A unit of 3, again, I did not have the points to double that to 6. I have a Multi-melta as well in that unit for that extra shot. This unit rerolls to hit, 2 wounds and the damage if you're actually targeting vehicles or monsters. So a brilliant unit to bring for this specific battle because there's a lot of monsters on the other side. So that is my list. 2,000 points on the nose. You've seen Aaron's list, you've seen the battlefield. Let's go straight onto our first 10th edition game, and that is coming right up.
We remember those who fell on Baal, who gave the ultimate sacrifice in the name of honor and duty to the Emperor and his Imperium. The Xenos menace had been purged at great cost. Yet, by the grace of Sanguinius and the Emperor, we remain ever vigilant since that fateful devastation of our homeworld. Now, the darkness that threatened us that day has emerged once again. What we face, brothers, is a foe of unknowable malice, insatiable hunger, and unbridled ferocity. These are not mindless marauders, weak-minded heretics, or opportunistic pirates. These are Tyranids, and this is Leviathan. Our ancient enemy has returned.
And here we go! Both armies now fully deployed and ready for war! Yeah, 10th edition is finally here in the SN studio. We are very excited. Probably you are as well, because it is our first battle report out in 10th edition. We are playing Take and Hold, which is a 5 objective based mission. It's probably the easiest because it's exactly what 9th was.
It's what we've been playing for
hold
a while,
one,
yeah.
hold more than your opponent. 5, and it's the old, not 4
5,
points,
10,
it's
15.
5 times 15. So basically it is an X, so there's one straight in the middle of the battlefield, which we're marking with the Games Workshop objectives. Just a reminder, we are playing a new game, so we might as well be learning at the same time. You can now not place any models on top. Ooh, cheeky, I saw it. On top of the...
I remember that.
On the objective markers. So we've got one on either side, one on this flank, one on this flank, which is in no man's land. So there's 3 in no man's land, and then there's one on each of our deployment zones. So one there and one underneath, I think, the Carnifex. No, it's the one you were moving. Gene Stealers.
The one the Gene Stealers sort of backed off. He's like, whoops.
Dawn of War, as you can see. Let's go through the terrain a bit. Terrain has slightly changed for the better. I'm really happy with how terrain works. So what we're going to do is we're going to use all the block type of ruins, even though they're not as high as they should, because I think it's still 5. Still 5, right? Just about. We're going to use them as obscuring. So all the basically squares, this one, this one, this one, this one, and that one, we're going to use as ruins and obscuring. We do have some proper ruins in the back, which we're using as normal. We've got some crates for line of sight blocking, and obviously the barricades, which we're using, which only give cover to infantry. Because we've double
3 inches infantry they get.
Yeah, exactly, you get cover. So quite easy, and as we stated at the beginning, it is actually a replica of what they actually say a good battlefield is on the book.
We'll find out.
We'll talk about it at the end of game conclusion, how that goes. So I am the attacker.
Yes.
You are the defender. I won the first roll off. So I chose sides, and you started deploying first. So I think we should check out your deployment first then.
Yeah, so the first thing I noticed is that I have a lot of bugs, a lot more than I've had in 9th.
2,000 points.
It's
Look
so
at this.
much.
So much, yeah.
Yeah, so obviously I've just try and fit where I can.
Yeah.
I've got the 3 Gene Stealers on the line. Obviously, they got their scout move, so being able to see whether I want to go aggressively or hide them this way.
That stayed the same because they got scout move.
They had
infiltrate
forward deploy last time.
Yeah,
now they have a scout move, so it's a bit more flexible. I've got the Hive Guard in the back corner.
Okay.
Again, I want to see how they do. I know that obviously with their Overwatch ability, it could be quite cool, but I want to see. I don't want them to be charged too quickly by Bladeguard, so they're in the back. The Maliceptor here to support along with the Swarm Lord. Nice flat damage 3 to help out against those guys. Just some Termagants, and just to possibly threaten the objectives, trying to score some stuff. The big guns all at the back, both Exocrine.
Scary big guns.
Both Stratavexes. They're very tanky, they're very tough.
They are, because we have been playing a couple of games not recorded.
Yeah.
And Shaggy was crying a lot.
I've played one.
Shaggy was crying.
Yeah, they're quite good. I've got the Warriors to chain Synapse so they can hold my backfield.
Okay.
Zoanthropes to chain that 6-up Invul Aura.
Yep.
And then some more Termagants just chilling in the back over there just to...
Didn't see those, so those are behind the ruin, right?
Yeah, hiding inside the little
that ruin.
So yeah, just a little... Basically spread out everywhere.
Yes. Yeah, and we're here to trial stuff. So
yeah, absolutely.
Basically, after this, the end of game conclusion at the very end, if you want to stay with us, it will be very interesting because it's where we're going to basically deliberate and break down those.
This is stress testing all the units, seeing how they do against a combat army, a shooting army. In this case,
exactly. So nothing in reserve, right?
For me, no. For me, nothing. I want everything on the board for now.
I do, and I think I'm going to start with that.
You got a couple units.
So in Deep Strike, I have my Death Company, my unit of 5. Obviously, there's a very cheeky strat where I can bring them in your at the end of your movement phase. So I'll probably bring that.
A rapid ingress, almost.
Do you want to explain why that is so good? Because
I mean, obviously, coming down at the end of my movement phase means that I've already moved, so you're able to come down where I can't see you. Which means that the only way I could actually interact with you is charging you. But if you're out of charge range, I can't do anything about that.
And if you still, it's not like heresy, right? You still have to. You can't even if you don't see me, you can still charge me, right?
I can still charge you, but if you're out of 12, I can't charge you.
Yeah.
And then you're able to then do your move, do your shooting, and charge on your phase, on your terms. But you're hidden in a good place. It's really strong. It's really good.
Perfect. So they're in Deep Strike, and then in Strategic Reserve, I have the unit of Eradicators. My only big guns, really, so it's quite important to hopefully get some shots in before they die.
Oh, yes.
Okay, let's go back onto the battlefield. Let's start from my right flank. So we've got the first unit of Bladeguard, unit of 6. We have, I was about to
What's
say
his name, Pardo?
I was about to say the Furioso, but
name?
you were actually going to complain about it. They are the Brutalis.
There we go.
But his name is Furioso.
His name is Furioso.
So that is why. So if you hear Furioso, it's because I'm calling him his name. So we've got the first heavy Intercessor Squad just behind. Obviously, the role is to move on to that objective. When these two units that will not be in the back lines, they want to be in the forward lines, will be moving up. We've got the big unit of Vanguard with the Sanguinary Priest. We have the second Brutalis, Mr. Furioso the second, and then these guys have infiltrates, right?
Yes, they have infiltrators.
So what this does is you can forward deploy them. Both of them have it, so that means that the captain who is attached to them can also forward deploy. Now, that captain has a very cool trick, which makes at the beginning of the game, I can actually redeploy them, which is very cool.
Very awesome,
because I don't have to redeploy them into my deployment zone.
No.
I can
that was the thing in 9th. It just says you redeploy them, so you redeploy them.
It's a very cheeky unit. It's very good.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they do have a 6-up Feel No Pain. They've got some really cool tricks. Then moving on to my left flank to finish off, we've got the second heavy Intercessor Squad and the Bladeguard. Basically, I've deployed quite aggressively. Most of my units want to get stuck in.
Almost as if you're an aggressive Blood Angel army,
yes,
you know?
The quicker I get to you, the better. Even though there's a lot of guns I need to try and whittle down as I move up. But let's see how it goes. Anyway, that's my deployment. You've seen the Hive Fleet Titan deployment as well. Oh, I think first roll-off of 10th.
Yeah.
On camera.
On camera. Second for me.
We've done. So I'll let you go first. You're younger than me.
Thank you. I am
a lot younger than me. That is a 1, not the best of starts.
Let's see what you can do.
Okay, I'll probably get a 1 and we'll have to reroll again.
That's a 3. There we go.
Okay, that means that the Blood Angels are going first.
Yes.
Now, I can actually redeploy with my Infiltrators. You can scout move and hide stuff. Who goes first?
You, because you're going first.
Okay, perfect. Movement phase over for the Blood Angels on this turn 1. Obviously, I'm going as aggressive as possible. Some units have advanced as well up the field. But before we go into that, obviously, I did get my 2 cards for this turn. I've got Investigate Signals, which is quite a weird one, actually, if I tell you the truth. Basically, I have to be in the 9 inches from every table table corner. And basically, if I'm there and that unit doesn't shoot or charge...
They do an action. There's no real actions anymore, but it's basically an action.
I get 2 CP. So I was about to leave that Bladeguard unit back, but you really don't want to do that with such a close combat orientated unit. So I've moved them up, but I have stayed put with this one within 9 inches of this table corner, and I will be gaining 2 points. So look, it's something. It's something.
It's 2
and then and the other one is Capture Enemy Outpost, which is basically if you control one of the objective markers in your opponent's deployment zone, the secondary mission is a team, and you get 8 VP. So it's that one there because it's the only one. I'll probably discard that, and for those of you new to 10th edition, if you discard one at the end of your turn, you do get a CP. So sometimes it's a bonus for getting a bad card, but at least you get something out of it. Okay, then my Oath of Moment.
Yes.
I've gone for the Swarm Lord, so all
Swarmy.
units targeting the Swarm Lord will get rerolls to hit and to wound. This is for all Space Marines, and it is a very, very
Such
good
army ability.
Such good army
And I've
ability.
done mine. My detachment, I've gone for sustained hits against infantry.
So exploding sixes on all 6s to hit.
All 6s to hit.
Which is great. Okay, now back to the movement.
Yes.
Look, he's got dice ready because
I wonder why.
He's got something ready for us. But movement-wise, I've advanced up with this unit. I actually needed a 3 to get into this objective. I rolled a 2. I was about to re-roll, then Aaron was nice enough to remind me that his Swarm Lords can activate me to add an extra CP to any of my stratagems
After
I use after I use it. So if I would have, and this previous editions you wouldn't be able to put it on the reroll.
No CP reroll. Now it's just a stratagem.
A stratagem, so which is one of them. Yeah. So I really don't want to be using 2 CP for reroll, so I'm not going to reroll that. Both of my Brutalis have moved up the field. None of them have advanced because I am in range of some guns with this one, all guns with this one, and the Swarm Lord is Oath, so I think it's a good time to actually shoot those melters. This unit has now moved up the field. Very confusing with what to do with the big Vanguard units and the Sanguinary Priest. If I move up the field onto this objective, I'm basically now a snack for the whole Tyranid unit. Is a chicken. So I'm going to keep them behind this obscuring piece of terrain. They do have, they do move 12 inches, so they can move. It's different now, right? If I have to move, I move up.
But they're infantry, so if this is a normal ruin, then it's breachable, so they can go through.
They can go through, but some other units, remember that you have to go up, then move across, measure the cross, and then you basically angle it down.
Yeah.
Slight change on there. Okay, what else have we got? This unit I've already spoken about. The Bladeguard on this side has advanced up the field now to get onto that objective. I actually rolled a 6. Pre-moved with my infiltrating unit slightly from, or not slightly actually, redeployed from the center to here. And then as it's my first turn, I've actually moved forward and now trying to get a cheeky charge onto the Hive Guard, which will be a menace. He scout moved all over his Gene Stealers defensively, so hid them away from me. Yeah. And that's about it. I think we've got everything done. Yes. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of dice in Aaron's hand. This is because he will be using Overwatch.
Fire Overwatch.
Because you can now use Overwatch in the movement phase. Yeah. And he's going to be firing at this Infiltrator Squad. Yes. So a lot of shots from the Hive Guard. Let's get rolling on this side.
So Hive Guard Overwatch on 5s if they're not in range of objective. Okay. So 5s to hit.
And 4s if they are in range of an objective.
And 4s if they are in range. And exploding 6s, Pardo. Now, I don't want to alarm you there, sir.
Ooh,
I don't want to alarm you there.
That's a very good roll.
Okay, so exploding 6s. So
it seems that you're going to get more than what you shot.
7 8.
7 8. Okay, and these auto hits, right?
8, yeah. Well, these hit.
Hits, yeah.
5s
explode.
Hit and 6s explode.
Okay, and then what's your strength?
5.
5. Okay, my toughness is 4. So
3's to wound.
3's to wound.
At -1. There you go.
And -1 is quite good as well. Okay, I'm just going to use these dice because it's going to be quicker for everybody.
So -1.
Ouch. Okay, so 4 ups here.
4 ups, and then 6 up, feel no pain.
Ooh, that doesn't look
good. That's not very good.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 already.
6 up, feel no pain.
I do have 6 up, feel no pain because of the Helix Gauntlets.
Okay.
I did survive a couple, but still, Aaron, this is not good at all.
4
that is. Now, do I get cover?
These two guys are in front, so I don't know because they're in the front. Would it be?
We have to check this. Anyway, we'll go through it. At the moment, there is 1, 2, 3, 4
dead.
5? No, this
safe. Was safe.
So 4 dead at the moment. Let's check the rules because they are a bit tricky to understand if what's in, what's out, and all that. Because if they are in cover, they would be getting back to a 3 up. Let's check that.
Yes.
Okay, we are back and we've checked the switches. We've actually 6 wounds went through at of less than a 3. Yeah. So what we've done is we've actually taken the 2 that didn't have cover, and it does work model by model. Yes. So 1 more died on this side. Obviously, I think this is fair. I've taken it from the front. Obviously, it makes the charge a bit longer, but it was my mistake of how I rolled. So still a cheeky charge, longer charge, still can shoot 3 dead, doesn't need to take a battle shock at this point, at least, because it's not less than half. So that is it. That is all the movement phase. One stratagem already in play.
Really cool that it's
really cool stratagem, and we've seen a bit of a taste of Hive Guard, what they can do, especially on a objective. They would be really good.
In that case,
They ignore line of sight as well, so anything that moves they can fire at. Perfect. Okay, so let's go on to my shooting phase. Remember, guys, there's no psychic phase. It's all in the unit, which is great. What is it exactly?
What is it?
Let's go on to shooting. Coming up. Okay, starting off the shooting phase, we have the Infiltrators and my captain all firing into Mr. Swarmlord.
I will be spending 1 CP on
Rapid. So you're out of CP?
I'm out of CP.
Okay.
Rapid Regeneration.
What does this do?
It's a 6-up Feel No Pain, but if I'm within Synapse range, that unit, it's a 5-up Feel No Pain. And obviously he is Synapse, so 5-up Feel No Pain.
Lovely, so he gets it. Okay, so here we go. Hitting on 3s with the Infiltrator Squad, Marksman, Bolt Carbines now, 2 shots each. And they are heavy, so they haven't moved yet, so they will be hitting on 2s. They haven't moved. Ah, they did move, sorry, yes, there. But it's heavy, so heavy grants you a +1 to
hit if you stay still. Very nice.
So these are all hits. And now my strength is 4, so your toughness is 10. So 6 is 2 wounds.
Yes. With rerolls.
With rerolls, full rerolls. Oh, did I reroll the other 2? I didn't. I have to reroll these misses.
Reroll them as hits first.
Which one missed now?
And then
these
2 wound.
2 wound. And fails. And then I get all these and reroll 2 wounds because of Auto Moment. This is how strong it is.
Auto Moment's very good.
So 4 wounds for now. Minus is no minus.
So I have a 2-up save.
Whoa, okay. 1 wound, you bleed.
5-up Feel No Pain?
Yes. Oh, you don't bleed. It changed just
do not bleed.
Okay, then I've got my captain with his Instigator Bolt Carbine. He has just 1 shot, and this is precision, so I could actually target characters in units. That is 1 hit. My strength is still 4, so 6s. Nothing.
With a reroll?
Reroll because of oath. Nothing. Okay, that's done.
Toughness 10. I love it.
Then let's move on to the Brutalis.
Okay.
All its guns are in range, so I'm going to go with the... Let's go with the big guns first, right? Everybody wants to see it. So 2 shots from the twin Multi-melta. Hitting on 3s. 2 hits. And my strength is 9, so I'm still wounded in 5s.
But rerolling,
I'm rerolling because of Auto Moment. Come on, give me something. Nothing.
Nothing, great.
Okay. And then I've got twin heavy bolter, so 3 shots. These are twin linked, but it doesn't matter. Sustained hits on 6s, so I explode on 6s.
Exploding 6s. Oh, look at that.
So 2 extra hits. Strength is 5, I believe, still heavy. Yep, it is strength 5. So
10, 6s.
6s.
Strength
No,
T10.
yes, you are strength 10.
T10. Oof.
Okay, so nothing there.
I love it.
Then I've got the twin Icarus Iron Hail. So they are 36-inch range, rapid fire 3. I am within half range because obviously I am within
6 shots, right?
Yeah, so 6 shots, yeah. Hitting again on 3s, rerolling.
Very nice.
And these are twin linked, but it doesn't matter because
you reroll to wound anyway.
Reroll to wound anyway. And then strength 4.
So 6s.
Rerolling.
If I would fly, you would wound me on 4s, is that
yes,
right? So
because they have the fly. So 2 wounds, yes, 2 wounds.
Minus?
Minus is nothing. So no, -1 actually.
-1?
Yes.
So I do get the 2-up because of the benefit of cover, right?
But no, because you don't grant...
Yeah, with AP0 I wouldn't get it, but because AP1 it goes back to 2.
Does it?
Yes, it's basically, I cannot get better than a 3 or a 2.
Okay.
But because it's -1, it still cancels out.
Okay, cool.
So fine, it will be fine anyway, but yeah.
Okay, so that is it. That is it on this side. Let me get some more dice.
There's more.
And shoot on this side. Carry on the shooting phase. We've got the second Brutalis going into the Gene Stealers and his Broodlord. So, okay, so my Melters are not in range. My Icarus is not within rapid fire range, so it's just 3 shots hitting on 3s. And wounding, strength 4. What's your toughness on the Gene Stealers? So 4's to wound. That is 1 wound at -1.
So 5-up pinball. We good?
First, okay. And then I've got my heavy bolter, twin heavy bolter. Twin heavy bolter, yeah. So it's another 3 shots.
Okay.
And twin linked, yes, but I hit with all of them. There's no sustained hits, which I failed. And then this is strength 5, so 3's to wound.
Rerolling.
Rerolling because?
Twin linked.
Ah, twin linked is now on the wound. That is very true. So 2 wounds. And -1 as well.
5-up. 1 dice.
One
Damage
dice.
2, right?
Damage 2, yeah.
So 1
Are they
dice
2
die.
wounds each now?
They are
Jason?
2 wounds
Yes.
each, Jesus.
Ooh, tasty.
I know.
Okay, and then lastly, to finish off, we have this unit. Firing into the Swarm Lord. I know it's very difficult to take wounds. I've noticed, but he's oathed, so I might as well try my best. So first of all, not all of them in range, just 2 heavy intercessors are in range.
Okay.
So 2 heavy bolt rifles first, hitting on 3s. Oathed, so I can reroll. Misses, and then strength 5, so 6s again, rerolling. That's 2 at -1.
So 2 ups.
2 ups.
Very good.
Perfect. And then I've got the heavy bolter, which is hitting on 4s. And I twin linked.
Twin linked to wait, what? Yeah, it's not. For the moment.
For the moment, yeah. And then strength 5 again, so 6s. And for the moment to reroll.
Yeah.
And nothing.
Yeah, it's weird that twin linked has gone from reroll hits to double shots to reroll wounds.
Reroll wounds, I know. Confusing. Anyway, we've got through it. That was all my shooting phase. I only have 1 charge.
Yes, you
which
do.
is this unit.
Here it is.
So, do you quickly want to measure? Because we might as well do this on camera and then move everything. Have you got your tape measure?
Here it is.
Okay. I think it's an 8. No -2 now to go through terrain.
Yeah, with a 9, so an 8 to go
An
straight.
8. Okay, here we go. Can I have some luck? 5, 6, 7. I'm going to reroll.
Vected.
I know it was coming, so all my rerolls will now be
2 CP after this one.
Here we go. And I do have, I'm using it on them, so they have a special rule, which is the gauntlets. No, it's the, to get my CP back,
On
right?
a 5 up, you can get
a
it back.
5 up, yeah.
So
this is the reroll first. It's a 10, they're in, and then do I get the CP back? This is one of their rules. Which I do.
So it's for free.
It's for free, but it's now costing me 2
it's going to cost you 2. Oh, I'll just get the name of it, so it's cool. The official name of what I have done to you is the Malign Presence.
Okay, and it's my comms relay which grants me a CP back when I use a stratagem on the units.
All right.
Okay, so let's move them in and get into some combat. Into combat we go, where the Blood Angels want to be, even though this isn't a unit that really wants to be stuck in.
Scary Blood Angel units.
Yeah, we need to take out this Hive Guard. Oh, look, at least we are now in combat with them, so they will not be able to shoot, right?
Yes, while I'm in combat, I
Whilst you're
can't.
in
There's the
combat.
only vehicles stuff like that. I have to fall back. And
Yeah,
then
because now vehicles can like shoot out of combat
yeah,
into combat.
so it's very weird. Vehicles can shoot out of combat. They can be shot even if they're in combat by somebody else, just with -1.
And monsters as well.
Monsters, and into their own combat, as they always could.
But they can fire out.
Yeah, they can fire and be fired into. So like if
it's everything.
It's very
makes
weird.
sense, right? Which makes sense.
But if there's a massive Maliceptor fighting your infantry dudes and you have an Eradicator squad, they're going to target at that balance. They're gonna say, we might hit our friend who's like tiny compared to this giant monster.
Exactly. Especially for a vehicle, like it's like not moving.
No, exactly.
Anyway, okay, so let's go straight in. I've got all my dice ready here. First of all, we're going to go with the Infiltrator Squads. So they are, and very important, I've used Red Rampage for 1 CP.
Yes.
Which grants my unit when I charge, not when I charge, it grants me lance and lethal hits in the fight phase. Now, the lance special rule only is granted if you charge.
When you charge, you get +1
so
to
lance gives me +1 to wound, so back to normal Blood Angels, and lethal hits is auto wounding on 6s.
6s auto.
6s auto to it. Okay, perfect. So all these dice first ready. So I am hitting on
21 attacks from your regular guys.
And remember, Blood Angels, when I charge, I get +1 to my strength and +1 to attacks.
Right,
so I need to do 7 more attacks after this. So hitting on 3s. Have a small hand open, so
that's fine. I accept it. Remove those 6s because they auto wound.
Yep, and let's take these off. And look, there's a lot of 6s on my side as well.
There's been a lot of 6s this game. I love 6s. We do love them.
We do love them. Okay, and then we have to roll 4, 5, 6. So 3, 6. I do need to roll 1 more after this. So I'll re-roll 1 of these more. Okay, so all these are hits.
There's another 6 for you to put there.
Thank you.
And then these would be 4s to wound, right?
Strength is
7.
Yeah, strength is 4, toughness 7. So
strength is 5 because +1 on the charge.
Yes, so I will be wounding on 5s, but I get +1 because of lance.
The lance. So 4s for wound.
Okay, take this off. Take this off. And that many.
Funky.
Okay, can't complain about that, can I? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17 wounds. Sadly, I do not have an AP. But you do have
3 up save.
3 up save. which is better than before. I think they had a 4
Yes,
before.
I think a 4.
Okay, do you have enough dice?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
17, you said?
17, yes.
They have 4 wounds each. How many are going to die?
Okay, I think 1.
Almost 1.
Almost 1.
There
Not
we
enough.
go.
Okay, that means that the captain will have to do his job.
Oh, he
so
will.
The captain has 6 attacks, 1 for being a Blood Angel.
That's a good roll by me.
Which is there. And here we go. So I am hitting on
2s, you said?
And all hits, no sustained hits. So sorry, no lance sustained hits, total wound. No sustained hits.
Lethal hits.
Lethal hits. There we go. And then +1 to my strength. His strength is 5, and +1 again. So 4s, right?
Yes, because 6 is still
4 lance.
So 4s.
So 4s to wound. Okay, take this
3
off. Take this off. 3 wounds.
Now you get something special.
Now he doesn't
right?
have any AP, but his Warlord trait,
His Enhancement.
which is Enhancement, is Artisan of War, which grants him a 2-up save and a +1 to his weapons.
AP.
AP.
So down to 4-up save.
4-up saves. Can I kill one?
Yes, you can.
Yes, I
1
can.
and you hurt the other one.
Ooh.
So 1 will die, just here,
Okay.
and then you will hurt the other one. Now, consolidation is a bit different now,
Yes, it is.
which we'll have to do. Poor Hive Guard being bullied.
Okay, I'll let Aaron consolidate, get some dice, and attack back. Okay, we are back. We're ready. We've piled in, consolidated. And here we go. How many attacks each?
So I've got 3 attacks each, hitting on 4s.
4 attacks each.
Hitting on 4s. Exploding 6s there.
Yay!
Yay!
Army wide.
Army wide, baby. So 1, 2, 3, 4. These miss.
Okay, we're rolling hard here.
Oh,
A lot
yeah.
of 6s.
Loaded 6s, both are sides.
And what's your strength?
5.
5.
AP 0, 1 damage.
Okay.
So 3s to wound you.
2 wounds at least. Okay.
There you
a couple
go.
More off.
6.
Okay, so 3-up saves.
3-up saves.
No AP you said, right?
Yes.
3-up saves. Here we go. Okay,
Ooh,
so that's
6 up
2.
for no pains.
6 up for no pains.
Let's kill 1. Oh, what a boss.
What's going on?
All the 6s.
Okay, so yeah, we carry on there. I've killed. You don't have to do any shock. No shock.
No,
just killed 1. So
It's in the command phase anyway, so.
we just stay there.
Yep.
Okay, quite a boring battle, but look, I'm on that table edge, so it's good. Okay, so I do get 2 points for investigate signals.
You do?
I will take this one off.
Which gives you a CP.
And give me a CP,
but
please.
it won't, because you got a CP for the battle round with, with your guys.
Is it
Once
a
per
max
battle
even
round.
with this one?
Yep.
So I will discard it anyway because I want to. That one's very, very difficult.
Tempting target.
Tempting, but
It is a tempting target.
And it's also 8 victory points.
It's a tempting target,
It's a
Pardo.
tempting target. Should I do it? I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it. Turn 1, movement over for Hive Fleet Titan. He stayed back. He's got some gun lines. Looking for those gun lines because there is going to be a lot of shooting. And
coming.
a lot of psychic warp goodness as well. Okay, so first of all, your cards.
Oh, yes.
Secure No Man's Land
Yes.
is the first one you got. So basically, if you capture any of the objectives in No Man's Land, which you have, which we'll go into now,
I get 2 points.
You get 2 points, which
If
is
I hold
great.
2, I get 5, which is possible.
Possible. You do need to kill a lot of that Bladeguard, which is very possible. And then you have got Investigate Signals, which is the same one as I got, which is the table corners again.
Yeah.
And you are getting it with the Termagants on that side.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, let's go over through your movement then.
Okay,
What's
so
happened?
I left the Hive Gun in combat.
Yes.
And I've moved forward these Gene Stealers in order to come here. The reason I left the Hive Gun in combat is if I fall them back and then I move the Gene Stealers, you can Overwatch me.
Yes.
So you could shoot a whole bunch of shots and stuff, so I'd rather just do this so the Gene Stealers can come in and try and nibble them up.
Of course.
Then I've moved with this half, so the Swarm Lord's moved out because I want him fighting, I want him in combat, and I think I kind of want to have a massive
Everybody
challenge
wants to see that as well.
with the Brutalis, so you know.
Brutalis, Bladeguard, let's see how good he is.
Of course. I moved up with the Maliceptor as well because he's actually really good in shooting. And then moved with the Termagants just because basically my plan with them is I didn't quite get enough advance to get into the range of objective, but they have a rule that if you come with a 9, they can move D6.
Okay.
So if anything comes with a 9 of them, I can basically guarantee to get into
The objective.
the objective for my turn.
Okay.
The Exequin just poked out so you can see this Bladeguard as well. I really want to kill that unit off, so that's the goal. Both Tyran effects have just shifted to see both Brutalises in case they just have an option. Seeing as you have kept tempting target, I'm going to make this target very tempting for you. So I've kept the Gene Stealer blob in the middle.
Okay.
And I've moved the Tyranid warriors up here, get a couple of shots, and also to hold the synapse bubble.
Yes.
The Zone Pups have moved up. They only move 5 now, so they're a bit slower. But they're just there so they can shoot their las cannons, essentially.
Yeah, they do. It's exactly las cannons, yeah. Into the Brutalis as well. Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. And also to keep the 6-up, Invul aura.
Okay.
Then the Exocrine has just shifted a little bit just to see that those Bladeguard, you will have the benefit of cover, but at least I get some shots in.
Yep.
The Termagants, again, they've just shifted back to be wholly within 9 for the Investigate Signals. And then I've advanced out with the Gene Stealers.
Okay. So
they advanced out, I think they got a 4, so they just shifted just to get in range of this for the No Man's Land secure. And then I just chained just to block your Brutalis a bit, just obviously so that you'll have to spend a turn trying to kill these guys before you can come to my castle. That's pretty much it. Just starting to move forward, but keep back with this middle section and see what I can pick off before the Blood Angels come for me. So
perfect. Okay, so we're going into shooting?
Yeah, a lot of it.
A lot of shooting coming right up. Starting off the shooting phase with the first Exocrine on this flank, targeting the Bladeguard on this side. Now, what is your AP?
I'm AP 3.
AP 3, because I do have Armour of Content, which
you could Armour of Content.
Now, I do have you have AP 3.
Yep.
I would have a 3-up save, because so the cover works, right? You can't get better than a 3-up unless
So I'm effectively AP 2 against you.
Okay. So I would go to my 4-up invulnerable save. So it really doesn't make a difference.
You have your 4-up invulnerable save.
If I use Armour of Content, I would still have a 4-up invulnerable save.
Your 4-up invulnerable save doesn't go, obviously.
Yeah, I mean that I wouldn't have anything better than a 4-up.
Oh, because you're base 3.
Because I'm base 3. Okay. And your AP is quite high.
AP
so,
3,
okay. Perfect. So go ahead.
So D6 plus 4 shots because of New Blast. So, okay, that's 10 shots. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay.
Hitting you on 3s, because it is heavy, but I did move.
Could hit on 2s.
Could hit on 2s, which is really cool. And exploding 6s.
Ouch.
So, bosh.
Perfect.
And then
strength is 8. My toughness is 4, so choose to wound.
On your 4-up.
Okay.
So that is 2, 4, 6, 8.
8, and these are damage 3, right?
3.
Oh! Yeah. 2.
You'd think this Exocrine would be quite appropriately priced, wouldn't you?
You would. Everything's really cheap in Tyranids. Okay, so 4-ups basically. Okay, so that's 4 dead, unless I use a reroll, which is 2 CP, which I can't
do.
Okay, so nothing I can do, so that's 4 dead. Okay, so let's remove him.
Oh, in your command phase, that's a battle shock waiting to happen right there.
Ouch. Okay, ouch. Moving on to more ouch. We've got the Neoanthrope and the Zoanthropes firing into the Brutalis, right?
The Brutalis.
Perfect, okay.
We are using Warp Blast Focused Witchfire.
Perfect.
So it's 3 shots hitting on 3s with lethal hits in case they get a 6. Okay, alright, so
2 6s.
2 auto wounds.
Okay.
And then 1 hit.
Yep.
And this is strength 12.
Okay, my Brutalis is toughness 10.
So
3 to wound.
So
3 wounds.
3 wounds at AP 3.
AP 3. Okay, so I do have a 2-up save on the Brutalis, which is 5 ups now. And these are D6 damage,
D6
right?
plus 1.
Okay, so 3 go through. Damage?
D6 plus 1 each.
Okay.
So that is 5, 10, 12.
12. I could have used Armour of Content on him, but it wouldn't have made a difference on my save. So that's 10 wounds?
12.
12 wounds. He has 12 wounds. Guess what?
Right.
He is dead. So Shiva explodes.
Okay.
Deadly demise. Nothing. So guess what? He's off the table.
Okay.
Before we get into combat. Sad times. Okay, we are back.
Yep.
Wow.
So I was just saying that a 90-point Zoanthrope unit just one shot a 220-point Brutalis Dread.
Very nice.
After it moved 8 inches.
Well done, whoever gave the points to those Zoanthropes.
Yeah, you know that Exocrine I was talking about? It was 135 points.
Yeah.
And just almost killed
a full unit of
6-unit Bladeguard.
What is it, 220 points?
200 and something point Bladeguard unit.
I know.
Yep.
Okay. Let's carry on. We can talk about this at the end.
Cool. So we're going to go against these Tyrannofexes.
Okay.
At that Brutalis Dread.
Lovely.
So, Tyrannofex, here we go.
Good luck, my boy.
We have the Rupture Cannon.
Okay, so it's 2 shots each now, I guess.
It's 2 shots each, yes. Yeah. And now I did shift. Okay. So, again, they're hitting on 3s, but would be 2s if I didn't. It's crazy.
It's crazy. This is a NID firing better than a
And then the Stinger Salvos at 24, which will just go into him as well. The Stinger Salvos.
Lovely.
So, the Rupture Cannon, the first 2.
Okay, and what's the AP on this?
4, sir.
4, so I will use Armour of Content.
Okay.
For free with my Captain special ability.
That's only on that unit.
That's only on that unit.
You would have to spend a CP if you wanted Brutalis in.
To tell you the truth, I think I have to do it. I can't stay without a Brutalis again. AP4, right? You said?
AP4 and 2d6 damage per shot.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it because now he doesn't get the benefit of cover because barricades just give it to infantry.
Yeah.
So this is why we're not basically giving it to him.
Just get line of sight.
So yeah, and the crates don't give me line of sight.
Because this guy can just see him fully.
Yeah, fully
and it's just,
from any point, right?
Yeah, my point of me to all of you.
Okay. So yeah, sadly I can't do anything. So I'm going to do Armour Content
perfect.
for 1 CP because I really think that he needs to survive.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. 2 shots.
So
for the
hitting
first
on
one.
3s.
Do they have Stinger Salvo still?
They do.
Okay.
So 2 hits for the first one.
Perfect.
Then I am Strength 18.
Okay, so still 3s to 1s because I'm Toughness 10.
It's pretty funny.
Reroll that one.
Reroll that one. So 1, 2 wounds.
2 wounds. Okay, so 5 ups.
AP3 essentially. Yeah.
AP3. So 5 ups. Both failed again. Nothing I can do. I can't use a CP reroll because I have no CP and it cost me 2 as well.
The Swarm Lord!
Okay,
so 4d6 damage, essentially. 2d6 each.
Yep.
So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now, we had a number there.
Guess what?
Right. Now, there's 12 wounds at that Brutalis Dreadnought.
Nothing I can do. Here we go. Does it explode? It does explode. It doesn't do anything because it's 6 inches and it's D3 mortal wounds. Nothing around it, but goodbye, my lover. Goodbye, my friend.
The rupture cannon spewed its organic cargo that crashed and burst across the armor of the Brutalis Dreadnought. Moments later, the projectile pierced the ceramite and exploded into a raging inferno. Only a gaping crater remained, ripping the Dreadnought wide open as it crashed to the ground.
Tyrannofex number 2 with nothing to fire now into the Dreadnought. He was going to die anyway. Between that Tyrannofex, the other Exocrine, the Multi-melta, he was probably going to die anyway. Nothing I could do. I had to rush him forward because that's where he wants to be. So he's going to be targeting this heavy support, heavy Intercessor Squad. Their special rule is any damage 1, they get a +1 to their armor save. But this is damage 2d6.
Yes, not quite 1.
Not quite 1, yeah. Okay, so 2 shots.
2 shots. Hitting on 3s. 2 hits.
Perfect.
No 6s. And wounding you on 2s.
2s
with strength 18. Oh, 1
Ooh, look at 1. 1
so
fail.
minus 4.
Minus 4. I do get a cover save because we checked. So 6 up. And
hey!
Look, now I get the 6s. Now I get the 6s. He survives. Okay.
Okay.
So are we going to move?
We'll move swiftly on into this Exocrine.
Okay.
At them. Now the reason I'm fighting the Exocrine first is because Exocrine's got a very cool rule.
Yes.
Which is after you shoot a unit, the rest of your army at the end of the phase get reroll 1s to hit against that unit.
Why not?
Because why not?
Okay.
So the Exocrine will start.
Perfect.
So d6 plus 4 because blast. So
5.
9 this time.
9. Yep.
4.
Shooting really well as well to top it all up.
We're angry then it's. So hitting you on the. I did move. I believe.
Yep,
so
you did. Yep.
Hitting you on 3s. Exploding 6s. So 3 miss, but 1 goes back in.
1 goes back in. Yep. Perfect.
And then 2s to wound.
And the exploding 6s is just against infantry, isn't it?
Infantry and swarms.
And swarms. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I didn't work against the big boy.
Okay. Thankfully.
Didn't even with my 2 6s I rolled with the zone phobos.
Yeah.
Wounding you on 2s. That's cocked.
Okay, so we roll that one.
Okay, so that's very nice. So 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay.
7 at minus
3. 5, 6, 7. And just to point out, the Bladeguard do have 3 wounds each. And they are damaged too. This is why they're dying so easily.
That's why they're dying.
Hitting or wounding on, saving on 4s. Here we go. Okay, so that is 3 dead.
All right.
Take these 3. Remember, there's no sergeants or anything anymore.
Very nice.
It's easier to know what you're removing. Okay, so let's get more dice and go on to the Multi-melta. And we're going to show off the Swarm Lord's shooty.
Hopefully, yes.
Which is disgusting. We are back, dice ready, Multi-melta time, firing into the last 3 Bladeguard.
Yes.
Now, he's quite powerful as well.
He is. So d6 plus 3 shots, blast, but in this case, there's only 3 left.
Okay.
So
and the 6 again.
This is not my dice. I just want to point out that there's 9.
So it's 6 shots,
6,
right?
7, 8. D6 plus 3.
D6 plus 3.
So 9.
Okay, hitting on?
Hitting on 3s.
Okay.
Rerolling 1s because of the Exocrine being cool.
Yep, Exocrine targeting the Bladeguard already.
And exploding 6s.
Ouch.
Okay, so that's 3 more.
Yep, because of the exploding 6s.
This is strength 10.
Ouch.
So wounding you on 2s. And it's AP2 flat 3.
AP2 flat 3. Okay.
3, 6, 9.
Ouch. So I just have 4 ups then. How many wounds was it?
9.
9. I'm going to roll them for fun.
With my 9 shots.
I'm going to roll them for fun, just in case I get a really, really, really good roll, and damage 3.
Damage 3.
Oh.
Now, this Maleceptor...
I was talking about they probably need to get a battle shock. Not anymore. You're just dead.
Because this was when I was like, oh, should I keep one alive to try and charge the Swarmlord and get points? And I'm like, well, let's just kill everything. How about that?
That's easier, right?
Just kill everything, you know? Like, that was better.
We do have the Swarmlord.
The Swarmlord and the Warriors,
I think they're out of line of
can't
sight
see
of
anything.
everything. Everything's dead. Listen to me. 2 Brutalis and 6 and 10 Bladeguards removed on turn 1.
Without shooting my Swarmlord or shooting my Warriors or shooting the Hive Guard that attacked.
Now you're showing off. See, now you're showing off.
Just, you know.
And we're back, and we're already speeding the fight phase because we've already charged in. Basically, they couldn't fail. So all the Gene Stealers that got in. Now, before we carry on and start rolling some dice, I'm using my Rights of Battle free CP stratagem for having a captain, which I can do in every battle round. I'm going to use only in Death as Duty End, which makes basically all the models, not only the characters like in 9th edition. Any model that dies before it strikes can actually fight back. It's 2 CP, but it's free because of the captain,
awesome.
which is really good. Okay, so here we go. Gene Stealer time. Let's see how they rock. Let's roll just here.
So I'm hitting on 2s.
Okay.
We're exploring 6s. So 20 attacks.
Yep.
And I go.
Hitting on 2s, right?
Hitting on 2s.
Yeah.
And again,
Great.
2. Go back in.
Perfect. Oh, you're doing a gas there.
Drop the dice there. I'll pick it up later. And then I believe I'm strength 4, AP 2, damage 1. And I get to reroll 1s to wound because you're not an objective, so it's just reroll 1s.
Okay.
So when you're on 4s.
So do they get full rerolls?
No, so they get reroll 1s to wound.
Okay.
But if you're within range of an objective, they get full rerolls to wound.
Okay.
So it's 4s rerolling 1s.
That's very good.
It's very good.
Gene Stealers are back on the table, I think.
Oh, they are. 4s rerolling the 1s.
Okay.
Well, it's kind of like full rerolls when you get so many 1s.
Yes. And they're strength 4, right?
They're
So
strength
4s to wound.
So
Okay.
4s to wound. Okay. So this many minus 2.
Okay, I'm just going to roll these dice.
Okay.
Because it's much easier when you're holding a big camera. AP?
AP 2.
AP2, so 5 ups. And their damage?
Damage 1.
Damage 1, okay.
And then Phenoplanes.
So Phenoplanes here, 6 ups. Okay, saves 1, so that's
So
1,
3
2, 3 dead, which are striking back.
Yes.
So what we're going to do is we're going to do all my attacks off camera. We're going to do all your attacks off camera, and we'll come back for the saving throws on both sides.
Okay.
Okay, we are back. A lot of rolling off camera. I've done quite considerably well. How many wounds?
8 wounds.
8 wounds, and I went into the Gene Stealers because I don't like them.
Fair enough. They do steal your pants.
So you do your saves first.
So 5
And this is both the captain and the infiltrators at the same time. They have a 5 up, so oh, that's pretty
2 die.
good rolling. Nice, and they have 2 wounds each as well. I forget
love
about
it.
that.
So,
1, 2, no battle shock on
8
them.
damage.
And then you did 5 wounds on me from the Hive Guards.
Yeah.
So 3 ups.
Currency.
Of course, I have to roll badly. And
There
you
we
have to
go.
roll well, because it's it's going really well for me.
It's
So
going very well so far.
6 ups. Okay,
That's
I'll
a very
reroll
cocked
that. I'll reroll that one.
Oh,
okay.
it was
so
going to be.
that is 3 wounds dealt. So that is 3 already dead.
Yeah,
which I'll
and
take
a
the reason.
4th and a
A
half.
4th, and we'll put a wound marker on for
Now
there.
it's the battle shock time
Battle
for you
shock as
later.
well. Yeah,
Ooh,
battle shock
eventually,
here,
we'll see.
battle shock there. This finishes off turn 1.
This finished off battle round 1. So that was very nice battle round 1.
I'm not crying.
1.
It's just my hay fever.
So I will get 4 points. 2 for securing one of the middle, and 2 for my terminals doing some site investigation.
Yeah, lovely. And for those who haven't seen, because we're trying not to show them a lot on camera to keep things tidy, but these are the data cards.
They are awesome.
Very nice. Yeah, okay, so turn 2 for the Blood Angels. Now is where we score the primary mission.
Yeah.
I hold 1 for 5 points.
Yes.
I don't hold that anymore because my dead bodies do not count. So that's it, 5 points for me.
Yeah, I won't use Shadow in the Warp, so yeah.
Okay, we are back after a brutal turn 1. Let's see what the Blood Angels can do. So, first of all, let's go on to my extra card, which is Storm Hostile Objective. So basically, I get 5 points if either I remove you from a objective you hold, which maybe I can do here, and the other,
The other one is if I have nothing, then you can just take one.
Exactly, which you do, so it doesn't count. So I could potentially get 5 points, so it's not bad. Okay, then Oath of Moment, I'm going to go for Swarmy again, just because my Eradicators have come in from reserve. We're going to talk about that quickly, but they already get to reroll to hit, to wound, and the damage against monsters and vehicles. So no point of giving Oath of Moment onto them. So they've come in from reserve, they've moved up, and step back onto my Battle Shock.
Yes.
I passed my 2 Battle Shocks, which were this Bladeguard unit and this unit here on 6s. I actually rolled 2 6s.
Yeah.
And then you decided
to make you Shadow in the Warp. Use my Shadow in the Warp. And you failed with the Van Vets and those guys over there.
Yes, I failed with my Van Vets. So they can't use any stratagems.
And they're OC0.
Which is very sad. And they're OC0. They can still do all the rest, which is good. But this is the unit that I didn't want it to happen. And I actually rolled a double 1. And this unit, basically, they won't be doing much. But just for you to confirm. So, yeah, he actually did it again. And it's actually worked. Now, again, let's go back into my movement phase. Shuffled up onto this objective. These guys have moved up, now getting a 7-inch charge onto the Swarm Lord. These guys have dropped up. It's now or never. I have had a brutal turn 1, a lot of casualties, so I've dropped down onto the center. I don't have a chaplain, so they don't have objective secured, right? I think it was.
Yeah, they don't have any objective control, and you can't fall back.
Exactly.
There's no chaplain.
And now I'm within 9 inches of that Gene Stealer unit in the middle with the Brood Lord and all that. So we can see some epic combat there in the middle, maybe if my charge roll goes well. I do reroll charges, I think, with them as well. So quite tasty. Now, they've fallen back, and what I've done is I've used a Relentless Assault for 1 CP for free with the Captain. To actually be able to fall back and still be able to shoot, I think, as well as charge. Declare a charge even though it fell back. Okay, so I can't shoot.
So you can charge.
So I can't charge.
I'm just giving you a CP back because you need it for free.
Yes, because that was for free because of the Captain. Okay, now, dice in hand, as you can see. And this is because you're going to Overwatch my movement phase.
Now,
naughty boy.
So there's loads of options to Overwatch. I'm going to shoot with a Swarm Lord. It's not the best target to shoot into. I'm going to shoot the Van Vets.
Yes.
Because they will have a 3-up save, because you will have cover.
Yep.
And they will... do I ignore? Yeah, because even though I'm Torrent auto-hit, I don't ignore cover. It's not like a Flamer.
Okay.
And you will have 5-up for no pain.
Yes.
But I want to see what the Swarm Lord can do.
Yes. So, and everybody wants to see it because he's never had a shooting attack on it for a lot of editions at least. So he's screaming me to death.
Synaptic Pulse.
D6?
D6 plus 3 auto hits. So 7.
7. Lovely.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Auto hits.
And then wounding you on 3s.
And wounding me on 3s. Naughty boy.
All right.
Okay, well, I like that roll.
4.
So 3. I do have 3-ups because of my cover, right?
Of course.
Because it's -1, isn't it?
It's -1. And then 2 damage.
So 3-ups. And damage 2, but I do have a 5-up feel no pain from my Sanguinary Priest. One's dead.
We kill one.
And you are the slowest,
He's
so
dead.
you are dead. Okay, so that's Overwatch. That's the movement. I think we've gone through everything. We're getting there. This is our first on-camera 10th edition. So if there's anything we're doing wrong, please comment below.
Yes.
Say it nicely. So there's a lot of positiveness in the game. Perfect. Let's go on to turn shooting. Coming up next. Starting off the shooting phase with the Eradicators, the nerfed Eradicators. Still good. They've got the bonus of re-rolling everything, but they are cheaper as well. So we can't really complain. Okay, so I'm going to start off with my Multi-melta hitting on 4s here. I'm re-rolling because I'm targeting a monster.
Yep.
So that's a fail.
Very nice.
And strength is 9. Your toughness is?
10.
Oh, so 5s, re-rolling. Nothing. And then I've got my 2 shots from my melta rifles. Hitting on 3s this time. Re-rolling. And again, 5s. Re-rolling. Come on.
Ooh, there we go.
That's 2. That's -4 on these.
No save?
No, is it a 3-up only?
Yeah.
So it's gone down from 2-up.
Is it really 2-up?
Yeah, it had a 2-up last edition, yeah.
Very nice.
Okay, so damage is D6 on these, which I can re-roll. I will re-roll this too. Into a 3. Okay, so positive all around. That is 6 wounds dealt on him.
9 wounds.
9 wounds.
So I have 5
You need to start learning how to count.
I have 5
you
left.
also have to put one wound marker onto the squad at the very end, which I lost half of.
Your dude. Okay.
Yes, which I didn't mark. Okay, so how many left on him?
5.
5. Okay, nothing I can do. I can't shoot again or anything like that, sadly. So here we go. Let's go on to the heavy bolt pistols here from the Bladeguard.
My Gene Stealers.
Let's quickly get the Bladeguard card.
The Pant Stealers.
So 2 hits, 2 shots, sorry,
Oof.
from the heavy bolt pistols. That's 1 hit. And 1 wound, strength 4. So 5 up.
Oh,
He saves again.
we defy you.
Okay, so I can't shoot back because I've fallen back, but I can't charge
can
because
charge.
I've sense pain. So what we're going to do off camera, I'm going to shoot these guys and these guys with Oath of Moment again onto Mr. Swarmlord here.
Okay.
And see how that goes. Okay, we're back after all that shooting. Still need a 6 of 2 wounds, even with Oath of Moment. I just got 2 wounds. -1 on these.
3 ups.
So 3 ups now. No, he still doesn't bleed.
3.
Okay, come on, just 1 shot needs to go through. Okay, so that's all my shooting phase. We are going to go into some charges. First of all, I'm going to go with the easy one.
You can't make it.
These blade guards are in, so I'm just going to basically touch there. Let's go on to these guys. I'm actually going to charge just the Hive guards.
Okay.
There. And you can probably do...
They'll have to do bases, whatever the weird base thing is
Yeah,
now.
and then you could now heroically intervene.
If I had 2 CP, but I only have 1.
But do you want to explain it? Because it's now not characters, it's
Yes.
any unit.
So if I had 2 CP,
Yeah.
I could now use the heroic intervention stratagem. So this is very different to how heroics used to work.
Yes.
Now, if an enemy charges a friendly unit that's within 6 inches of you, you
Yes.
can, if you are eligible to charge, so obviously if you fell back, you can't do it, but if you're eligible to charge, you can actually make a 6-inch sort of move and get into them. And then you're in combat.
With it, within engagement.
Yes, you have to go into them. You have to finish. You can't just use it for
It's
movement.
good. It's good that
But
it's
it's
not
very good.
only characters.
It's
and
any
there's
unit.
Those character shenanigans where you can't get close, you can't do it. Something else has to charge a unit.
Yes, yes.
So it's good. I like it. 10 points for that. Okay, so they're in. I need to roll, right? I think I rolled, but I'll roll again just in case. That's a 10. Can I keep this for one of these?
So who's next?
Okay, so let's go for the Death Company.
Into them.
They're going to
So
go
you
into
needed
the
a
Gene
9
Stealer and
with a
Bulldog.
reroll.
9 with a reroll.
That is a 7.
Come on, baby.
That is a 3.
Okay, so they stay.
Okay.
And they're not capturing the objective because they are 0.
They also 0 because there's no chaplains anywhere.
Okay, and now for the important one.
Okay.
So I need a 7 there. I can't reroll this because it cost me 2.
Well, you could, but you can't.
True. That is a 4.
Wouldn't it be fun to use a CP
them.
reroll, Mr.
Whoa,
Pardo?
wouldn't it be fun?
Wouldn't
You
it be
tell
funny?
me. Okay, so only 2 combats?
Yes, 2 combats.
Let's see how it
Okay,
goes. Here we go, fight phase. We are going to go with the Bladeguard first. I am using SCP again for Red Rampage. I'm going to do it on them because they're angry. They've lost 4 of their brothers. And I want to be wounding on 2s as well.
Yes, you are.
With Lance and any 6s to hit or to wound as well.
Yeah.
So hope they are damaged too as well. So it's good against...
And I will be using...
What would you be using?
Death Frenzy.
Okay, so you will be striking back.
On a 4-up per model that dies, I can fight. And I got to do it when you declare targets.
This is a Tyranids one, right?
This is a Tyranids one. Death Frenzy.
Perfect. Here we go. So I am hitting on... Oh, I've got 1 extra attack actually for being a Blood Angel.
Of course you do.
So I'm hitting on 3s here.
Okay. Ooh, auto win there.
Okay. 4 misses. Can't do anything about that because I didn't give ultimate term. No.
6 auto
So
win, yeah.
1 or 2 wounds and then choose 2 wounds here. And that's all of them. So 2, 4, 6 wounds. I'm -2. Now I'm wounding on 2s because my strength is 5. It goes up to 6 because I'm a Blood Angel, and then so I'm wounding on 3s, and then Lance, which gives me a Red Rampage, gives me +1 to wounds like all Blood Angels.
Perfect.
So that is 6
5-ups.
5-ups. Fail them all. Let me kill something, please.
I failed 4.
1 survives.
I have to ask a question. What is your objective control on the Bladeguard?
Bladeguard objective control is 1 only.
Okay, so I think I'm the same on the Gene Stealers. So I'm going to kill these 4.
Okay.
Which means that then, before they die, obviously they would get to pile on 5, but
Yeah,
these
so-
2 die.
yeah,
Well, I
those
have to
die.
roll. I have to
Yes.
roll for the 4.
That's very true. It's not
So,
it's not like the Space Marine one.
Roll and 6, 4. Okay, so I have to technically roll.
For
These
each
2
one.
don't matter if I roll because they
They're
can't
dead.
fight.
They can't get
So
there.
these 2 I have to roll to see. So
Okay.
this guy, can he fight? Yes.
Yes, he
can
can.
this guy fight? No.
No. Okay, so it's
So,
just 2 of them that will
it's
be
just these two.
attacking.
Yeah. So this guy cannot fight.
Yeah, he's
and then
dead.
he's just going to pile in to get there.
Okay, and
Is
you
it
need to
another
be
pile?
now half an inch.
Half an inch to get within, so I don't. That.
Ooh.
Ooh, I have to roll.
I'll give it to you.
It's within an inch just to get an engagement range.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. Let's not be. It's the first game, so he's in.
So one will fight, and then the other one survives.
Okay, I'll give you both can fight because it's very, very close, right?
No, so he's alive, so he will fight and die, and he will fight and live.
Okay, now I get it.
Do you know what I mean?
I thought you were saying that he couldn't fight because he wasn't within. I was going to give it to you. Okay, let's go.
Okay, so I will hit you on 2s, exploding 6s. And then I'm wounding you on 4s, but re-rolling to wound fully because you're an objective.
I am an objective, yeah, which is one of the buffs of the Gene Stealers. And it's good you have that. Okay, so re-rolling again. That's better.
That's better. So 6 at -2.
6 at -2.
And then he dies.
-2 is 4-ups. I'm using my. Now I needed to actually say if I was going to use my Swords of the Imperium or Shields of Imperium, which is in the fight phase. So I've already skipped the Swords of Imperial. Would Aaron make me reroll 1s to hit?
Okay.
So I'm going to go for the Shields of Imperium, which makes me reroll 1s to save on my Storm Shields.
Which is great. You rolled so many 1s.
And no 1s, and that is 1 dead and 1 on 1 wound.
Very nice.
Well done, Pardo. Well done. Okay, we've moved on to this corner now. I've done my rolls off camera. I did 3 wounds by charging in with the Infiltrators and 2 wounds on the -1 knife from the Captain.
Yes.
So, do you want to roll?
Yep, so these are 3-up saves.
Okay.
We take a wound.
Take a wound. He's down to 1.
Down to 2.
They have 4 each.
Ooh,
juicy.
And these will be 4-up saves.
Yeah, because of -1. Pass them both. Well done.
So now we will punch you back.
Now you punch me back on camera, and we can show all the viewers how you kill in. Yep, that's fine.
Yeah, because you have to obviously pile them through with the bases touch.
Yep.
And then he will just get closer like that.
Okay, so all of them
3,
still alive.
5.
I think he killed 1. Did I kill 1 at the beginning?
So there's 5 left.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
so
6.
the plan to actually kill them in combat hasn't really worked that well, but at least they're not shooting at me.
You know, maybe it's because you're hitting me with the butt of a gun rather than like massive hammers.
Punching you. Okay.
So hitting you on 4s. With exploding 6s, but only a few.
No 6s. Did you get any 6s?
No 6s. See, this is a normal average, you know. Wouldn't you
nice to me now.
3s to win. See, look, only 3, Pardo. You definitely can't fail any of those.
3.
You can't fail
I'll
any
get
of
one
those.
of these.
Oh.
So 3-ups.
Yep. Oh,
see, perfect.
Easy.
Okay, so dice to the floor again. That's 2. 1 more strike and you're out.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so that finishes off the turn.
Yes.
Shall we show a battle shock before we go into your turn?
Yes, because it would be in the command phase.
It's just them. It's just him, right?
It's you, because you're under half strength.
Okay, is it?
Yeah, it keeps going. Anyone that's under half
both
strength.
do it in every turn?
I'm pretty sure it's just anyone that's battle shocked. Unless
no, I think it's your turn. You do yours.
So is it just me?
Yeah,
okay,
I think it's just
so it will just be me?
Yeah, so I think it's just them. So what you have to do is you have to roll higher or equal to your leadership.
Yeah, so I'm not in synapse, so I do have to roll it on 2d6, not 3d6.
Okay,
and I got to get a 7.
What's your leadership? 7. Okay.
So nope, we are battle shocked.
So you are battle shocked, meaning that I do capture that if we survive on your turn. Yeah. Not on my next turn.
Yes, you don't get it for your turn.
Exactly.
But on my turn, I don't hold it.
Exactly, unless there's something there. So, okay. I think it's time we start crying because everything's now out in the open and all the guns are going to fire back at them like turn 1. Nice. Turn 2 movement finished for Hive Fleet Titan. Now, battle shock first.
Yes.
You wanted to fall back with
yes.
With him. First of all, you failed your battle shock.
I failed in battle shock.
So he was battle shocked. Then apart from that, you wanted to fall back with him. So you have to do now a
desperate escape test.
Desperate escape. On a 1 or 2, he just dies, right? No wounds or anything. He just removes. He rolled a 1, meaning that he dies, which is good for him because that means now that things can shoot at him, I guess.
So yeah, it's all right. And I had to take a battle shock for the X-Quinn because he is under
which we forgot
half strength.
Yeah, and he passed.
And he passed, but yeah.
Passed with flying colours. It rolled away 11.
10 or something, 11 or something.
So just for you guys to know, he only did the mortal wound, the remove from play, because he was battle shocked. That's the only way.
Yeah, if not,
basically you can't use any CP. You are 0 for objective capture.
Objective control.
Control, there we go. And if you want to fall back, you basically need to do this. So, cards first. Let's go and check out what did you get. So
the first one is overwhelming force.
Okay.
So I have to destroy an enemy unit that was engagement range of that was in range of an objective marker at the start of the turn, which is the Bladeguard and your Death Company.
Lovely.
Happily so.
Okay.
And I can get up to 5 from that, 3 for each. And then area denial if I get you completely out of 6 inches of the center, then I score 5 VP. If I get you out of 3 inches of the center, then I score 3 VP, and I need to be in the middle.
So you need to basically kill everything there.
Clear there to get like 3 points, and clear that to get 5.
Okay, that's a bit more difficult.
It's a bit more difficult, but the 3 is quite
We're going to see a
likely.
smash. As you can see now, with where the camera is pointing, everything's moved up for the kill for the middle.
Oh, yes.
Failing those 2 charges were very bad for me because I did want to see a full unit of Vanguard veterans, seeing how much damage they could do into a swarm lord, even though it probably wasn't that much. It could have actually started the bleed for him because he hasn't been... no bullets have gone through him yet.
No.
So I needed to use my power fists, which are now called
heirloom weapons.
Heirloom weapons.
Damage 1.
Which we really want to print out some saucepans.
Yeah, I want frying pans. I want like walking sticks.
Yeah.
Anything. Just heirloom weapons.
How
you know,
cool
like
would that be?
whatever their granddad had. I don't know.
Comment below. What would you use as heirloom weapons?
Anything now, really.
Yeah, and now with so many laser printers, you can print anything really. Okay, so everything's moved up here. We've got the Termagants moving on to this objective.
Yep.
The back line has stayed put because they are heavy weapons,
+1
meaning
hit.
they will be hitting on 2s. And then the Termagants on this side have moved out to play.
Yep.
Exocrine has stayed put because again it will be hitting on 2s.
3s, because I believe he's now injured, so you lose.
Is he now to those? I think it's 4.
4?
Does he have 5 left?
He has 5 left.
So I think it's just 4. Most of them are 4.
Is it 4?
I've seen like this
There's
in
too many
most
cards.
cards.
Too many cards. Here it is. No, 1 to 5 wound remaining.
1 to 5. Okay, so he's hitting
so
on
he's hitting on
-1.
3s.
Still very, very good. Perfect. Okay, so with that said, let's go on to shooting. Not looking forward to it. Okay, here we go. Exocrine firing into the Eradicators first.
Yep.
Let's do this.
So D6 plus 3, because no blast. Ooh.
Yep. 4, 5, 6, 7. Still 7 shots. Pretty tasty.
6.
Still hitting on 3s like last time.
Plus 1, minus 1.
Even though you're severely injured.
He's injured, but he's like, but now I've stayed still.
Yeah.
And exploding 6s. So actually, boop.
There we go.
There we go.
Okay, could I have overwatched with the Eradicators?
On the Termagants.
Just things that move, right?
Yeah, I didn't move. So you could have overwatched the Terminators.
Okay, so something to think about.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Now
I'm not going to fire my melters
at the
into them.
Termagants?
No. Okay.
So now I will be winning you on 3s.
Yes. One
we go.
I'm going to use these dice to make things quicker.
-3.
-3. Okay, and the damage is 3, so I don't get any
3.
buffs from them. 6 ups, I think. -3, you said?
-3.
Okay, so 6 ups. Ooh,
Well, they tried.
It's tried, but damage 3 just
Damage
kills
3.
them. So
Bioplasmic cannon. There we go.
they did. More lethal firing now into, what are we going to do? We're going to do the
The Zoanthropes.
Zoanthropes
Shoot the
and
Bladeguard, man.
Zoanthrope and Malanthrope, which are now units.
Well,
all
Zoanthrope
together.
and the Neurthrope.
Neuranthrope, there we go. All a unit together. Firing some las cannon shots again.
I might actually
Bladeguard.
fire this time.
Yeah,
I might fire the
Let's see the other profile.
the other profile. So
Even
this
if
is,
you don't want to, let's do it.
yeah, D3 shots each.
Okay.
So that's why. So it's 2, 2, and 3.
Perfect.
And I'm hitting you now on 3s still.
Yes.
And exploding 6s.
Okay.
So 3 miss, but I get a 6 back.
Lovely.
Now this is strength 7.
Okay.
So
my toughness is of 4. So 3s to wound still.
Okay, so it's 3 at -2, D3 damage each.
D3 damage each. Okay. So -2 is.
You're 4 up.
Do you see me entirely?
I wouldn't, but you're still on 4 up, right? Because minus
-2, right? It's still a 4 up. Yes.
I think so, right?
Yep.
Because
Doesn't really matter. Yeah. So he's dead.
Oh, well, 2 is.
He's just got 1 wound anyway. So
Okay.
there we go. So I failed 2 anyway. And
Right.
we can take that off. Okay.
So they're
let's
done.
move on. What's next?
Next will be.
There's a lot still to fire.
So this exocrine will shoot at the. He can only really see them or the guys at the back, so he'll shoot the guys at the back just within 36.
Into here.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay.
So D6 plus 4 shots is blast. So 9.
Yep.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hitting you on 2s.
2s now.
So there's a miss and a miss.
2 misses.
And that's a cocktail. So
Yep. Reroll that one.
Okay.
Perfect. And strength is 8. Toughness 6.
So
So
3s.
3s to wound. Toughness 6 on Gravis armor now. For those of you who haven't realized yet.
So 4.
So 4 wounds. Okay. Minus is 3, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But you're within range of that. So you
Yep.
get
So I get a
3
5
down.
up, right?
Yep.
So
3 down.
3 dead. I'll leave the heavy bolter there.
Okay. Then
and
we
the
will...
sergeant, even though he doesn't do
Oh,
anything at the
the
moment.
sergeant,
Yeah.
as it were.
Okay, so what else have we got here going?
Okay, so we are now... so many options to choose from. So we're going to start with this guy.
Okay.
And he's going to shoot into there.
Into them. Okay, perfect. So again, psychic shenanigans into play.
D6 plus 5, because there's 10 models
Yeah,
there?
because it is blast,
It's blast,
isn't it?
yeah, so D6 plus 5.
Okay. Probably get a 6 here.
Oh,
yeah,
look,
told
there we
you. I knew these things always happen.
So 11.
11. Are you hitting on 2s or
3s?
3s, okay.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Hitting you on 3s with exploding 6s.
Lovely.
Isn't it fun?
Fun, fun, fun.
Oh, that's quite good. I lost a few there.
Missed 3.
However,
do you explode? Yeah.
3, 4, 5.
Ouch. Okay.
3, 4, 5. That's a...
And
I like
these are damage 2 or 3? 3.
But I mean, you're 2s, but you have 5 of pain, but it's damage 3.
But still, I need to pass 2 for each.
Strength
okay.
10.
Strength
so
10.
wounding you on 2s.
2s to wound, yeah.
Boop.
Whoa.
So
4,
8, 12.
12.
12
4,
shots for you there.
8, 12.
At -2.
-2. Okay, I do have the cover from that, which becomes -1. So 4.
4 inval anyway.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
Okay. I'm not crying
So
yet.
they're 5 up of pain, but 3 wounds each, so you'll have to do
so
these.
first one
Yeah.
is dead.
It's dead.
Second one is
dead.
dead. Third one is dead.
Okay.
Fourth one is dead.
It's dead. Okay.
Fifth one
It's
is dead.
Okay.
6
He's
is
dead.
dead. 7
He's
is dead.
And the last guy
8
is
is dead.
Okay.
Okay, so 3,
I wonder who the squirm was going to scream
4,
at right
5, 6, 7, 8. Are we taking more than
now.
4,
One guy already
5?
died, right?
Did he die? From
Yeah.
what?
He died from the
remember
Swarm
anymore.
Lord Overwatch.
Oh, yes, that's true. Okay,
why.
so just one left and the Sanguinary Priest.
All
so
right.
let's get some dice and scream at them and probably remove them from the table as well. Okay, shooting with a new unit. First time they come into play.
Yes.
Warriors firing
With
into...
ranged bioweapons.
Lovely.
Oof.
Firing into the Sanguinary Priest and
his friend.
And his friend, who is
So-
very, very, very scared at the moment.
So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So
We
10.
still haven't even got into combat yet.
Oh, no. This is the shooting.
This is the shooting phase.
Yes.
Okay, so what are we firing?
So there are 2 Devourers and then 1 Venom Cannon.
Okay,
So the 2 Devourers first are
Perfect.
hitting you on 4s
okay.
with exploding 6. So that one goes back in.
Lovely.
Strength 5.
5, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
AP 0, so you won't get cover.
Okay.
So 3's to wound. So these are 4 on your armor
wounds.
saves.
Just my armor save, so 4 ups. I need to do 2 at a time. No, it doesn't matter because I've got 3 up on the other one, so pass them off.
Perfect.
Okay,
And then the Venom Cannon.
lovely.
So D3 shots blast, but D3
Okay.
shots for 3,
Obviously.
obviously. Hitting you on 4s as well.
Oh,
So 1 hits.
1 hit.
4's hit. 4's
Okay.
hit. And then strength
is
9. So
So
2.
2's to 1.
1 wound,
One-
-2. 2 damage.
Minus 2 damage. Which
So with
becomes
cover, it's
minus
-1. So 4.
So 4 ups then. That's a pass.
There we go.
Okay, now scream at
Now
me.
we scream at you. So we do the same profile. D6 plus 3 auto hits.
Okay,
2. So that is 5.
lovely.
4, 5. Wounding you on 3s.
Yes.
So 3. AP1, 2 damage.
AP1, 2 damage. Okay, so I do 1 at a time.
Okay.
AP3 you said, right? So
AP1. AP1.
AP1, so that's a pass, and that's a pass, and that's a pass.
There we go.
Lovely. Okay, and now we do have the Tyranids still to fire.
The men.
Are they going into the same unit?
Yes, so the first one will fire into these 2 guys.
Okay.
So we will start with the little guns. You know, we'll tempt out the big one.
The fate on them.
The fate on.
Okay, so Stinger Salvos first,
Yeah.
right?
So Stinger Salvos
which we didn't shoot before, so we can see what they do.
8. So 8 shots. Hitting you on 3s
Okay,
with exploding 6s.
lovely.
Go back in. Man, this exploding 6s army-wide is so
So
good. Against an infantry army.
Yeah.
And then strength 5, so 3s to wound. AP 0, so just on your 3 ups.
Okay, so,
So 5.
5 up.
5, 3 ups.
5, 3 ups.
And feel no pains.
Followed by Fear No Pains.
Oh!
They don't feel the pain.
Alright,
And then now they're going to feel the pain.
now we're going to feel the pain. Hitting on 2s. 2 hits.
Okay.
You know what that is, Pardo? That's an exploding 6.
I know.
And then wounding you on 2s with strength 18. Right, so 2 at minus your feel no pain.
Okay, so 4 up first.
Yep.
I'll do 1 at a time. That's a pass.
Yes.
4 up. Now I'm starting to pass all of them.
Right.
Storm
Rinse.
Shields. Now you want to
Rinse
and repeat.
And repeat.
Okay, so Stinger Salvos first.
Yeah. 8 shots. 3s to hit. And then 3s. 2.
Just 2.
2 3-ups.
Fail 1. 5 up. So 1 wound dealt onto him.
Okay.
Okay, let's
then
put the little wound marker really quickly here.
The gun.
And now the big gun.
1 hits.
Only
2s.
1.
1 wound.
1
When
wound.
Oh, he's dead. Most
4
likely.
up.
Oh,
He's passed it again.
we will have to do glorious combat.
Glorious combat. I think people are waiting for that. Okay, so yeah, let's go straight into combat then. All the charges. We'll do all the charges off camera because they're really short.
I forgot.
Yes.
I have to shoot you with termagants.
Ooh. Okay, shall we do that off camera?
Yes.
We are back for the fight phase. We've already made all the charges, obviously. This Malceptor can charge, actually, because it's within an inch of barricade. The Gene Stealer and the Broodlords have all moved out. We're going to see a lot of mortal wounds that a lot of people are probably wanting to see.
Oh, there's a lot.
We did do the Termagon shooting off camera. I actually did a wound. It went through, but I did feel the
pain.
Did not feel the pain again with my Feel No Pain. Okay, so charges gone in, and then the Gene Stealers have gone on that side, which we'll go later on. Everybody wants to see the Swarm Lord first.
Right, so
we're going to do the Swarm Lord first.
I've spent 2 CP for the Swarm Lord and for the unit of Gene Stealers for Adrenal Surge. So I choose 2 units in Synapse range, which are them 2.
Okay.
And 5s to hit count as critical hits instead of 6s.
Lovely. So extra hits all around.
So we'll see what happens there.
Okay, so Mr. Swarmy is going to go first.
Yes, Swarm
Can
Lord.
you kill my Warlords?
So we have 8 attacks.
Okay, well, there's no Warlords really. Because
Well, who is your Warlord? Is he your Warlord? Because you do choose a Warlord.
do you?
Yeah, you have to choose a Warlord.
So
he's
I'll
my
choose
Warlord.
him. I'll choose him.
Swarm Lord is my Warlord, obviously. So 8 attacks, hitting you on 2s.
Okay.
There.
Yep.
With exploding 5s.
So that is 3 extra. 3 extra.
Very nice.
Just in case you need them, you know?
Of course. Now, here's Strength 9,
Okay.
AP 2, Flat 3, Twin Linked.
What's your AP?
2. So you could Armour of Contempt.
I'm going Armour of Contempt because
right.
I'm going to die. So I might
AP
as well
1.
do it. I don't know if you do it when you actually do it, but...
Well, we're doing it now.
We're doing it now. We're probably wrong, but we're doing it now.
So we're wounding you on 2s.
Choose to wound. Yes.
Re-rolling, because Twin Linked.
Lovely.
Oh, that was
a hit. A wound, at least.
Yeah. Okay, there's 1. So, 3, 6, 9, 10 AP 1s in this
AP
case.
1s. 4.
Which I don't know why.
Is he AP 2 on the Swarm Lords? How weird.
Yeah, he's only. I mean, AP's gone down a bit in the game, right?
Okay, so one
So you
at a
have
time.
to do this. Yeah, the
One
Storm
at a
Lord
time.
man.
-1, right?
-1.
-1. Okay, so 4 ups.
Right.
So it goes to
3 damage.
1.
Feel no
He's
pain.
dead. Doesn't
Okay.
matter. I failed the first one.
And then how many?
And then
4s?
these 4. No, is it?
Or does he have a
yeah,
better armor
4s.
save?
4s. No, he doesn't. He doesn't because I gave him the taking in the
Yeah, the objective control
objective
thing.
control thing half in it.
So 4s.
So 4.
And flat 3 damage each.
Okay. He doesn't get the Feel No Pain.
He doesn't.
It's,
Why?
the unit that he attaches.
Does he not keep it? Isn't that wasn't that in the?
Let's read this really quickly.
I thought that was clarified in the designer's commentary that he
Let's
keeps.
see. While this unit model is leading a unit, models in that unit have the Feel No Pain 5 up availability.
Could have sworn that he keeps it in the.
Okay.
I'll give it to you. I think he keeps it in the commentary, but
We'll
you know.
roll a couple. We'll roll a couple. So 5 ups.
Oh.
Passes 3, takes 2. They are.
They're flat damage 3 each,
Flat
so
damage
I don't know
3
how
each,
many you have to pass, but it's a few.
He's dead already.
Okay. We will have to check that, but yeah.
And removed. Okay, now I really want to see this. So let's get some dice ready because we're going to mortally wound these Death Company.
yes.
I do have 6 up Feel No Pain though.
You do.
The Swarm Lord stormed towards the remaining Vanguard veteran and Sanguinary Priest. Its slashing bone swords spun in a flurry of mayhem that ripped the Astartes to pieces in a blistering assault of predatory fury, leaving only shredded biomass for the Hive Fleet to consume.
Okay, back into this combat now. Broodlord's going first. Aaron's showing his muscles, saying that the Broodlord can probably take out the unit by himself.
Maybe.
He also gives me -1 to hit to that unit, right?
Yes, so the Broodlord has Hypnotic Gaze, so at the start of the fight phase, I choose an enemy unit in engagement range, and you just get your -1 to hit.
So good. Okay,
Poof.
here we go. Hitting on 2s.
Hitting on 2s with exploding 5s, so 2 more.
2 more. Yeah, that miss goes in. Perfect.
Wounding you on 3s, but re-rolling.
Lovely,
with
like
Dev
before.
Wounds.
Still rerolling, yeah. So twin
Dev
linked.
Wounds.
Is
It's twin linked.
Twin linked, right?
And Dev Wounds, so I'm just going to reroll everything that's not a 6.
Okay. So,
So
devastating wounds are mortal wounds in addition to, right?
No, just the damage is mortal wounds.
And the damage converts, so damage 2, right?
Damage 2, so 6 mortal wounds, and then 2 at -2 damage.
Okay, so the -2 still have to roll for, so these are 5 ups.
Yep.
Fail both.
Okay.
So that is, I can do all the feel no pain together. So that's 2, 4, 6 feel no pain.
Well,
7, 8,
the damage
9,
one
10.
has to be done first. Because
The
you
damage
could
one has
pass
to be
half
done.
and then half.
Okay, so 2 and 2, right? So you
Yes.
did?
So
So
first
6
one.
ups. That's 1 dead.
Second one. So he's alive,
Half
and then
dead.
you take 6 mortal wounds.
So he's dead. No, I need to do my feel no pain.
Six feel no pains,
3, 4,
one guy's on half.
5, 6. Okay, 6 ups. Okay, so that's another 1, 2, 3. So there's one guy on one wound. All the Gene Stealers need to go in, but
40 attacks
we're going to stop it right
with
there.
exploding 5s,
Okay,
hitting
do you
on 2s, wounding you on 4s, rerolling everything that's not a 6 because every 6 is a mortal wound.
Okay, so I'm just going to take my hand out and we're going to shake it there. I don't want to do that. So yeah,
Will you
basically,
accept they die?
I accept they die
Okay,
5 times
accept,
over.
I accept.
We're not going to do anything because that's not changing the mission at all. All I have left is these guys that have to take a battle shock. These guys, that the best thing they can do is basically run back home to their moms and dads. And yeah, devastating win to the Blood Angels. We'll count up the points.
Blood Angels? How dare you?
Lost to the Blood Angels. You're seeing the points now on screen. Oh, a lot to talk about. I'm quite shocked with what's happened. I don't know what actually has happened. So give me a couple of minutes before we sit down and talk about it all. And there we have it, the end of the first 10th edition game. What a brutal victory for the Nids. Hive Fleet Titan to be exact. Wow.
Yeah.
I don't even know where to start. Like it's... I don't know. I don't know where to start. Where shall we start?
Just how, well, I want to start with how
2
much
turns.
is on the table.
That was 2 turns.
There was 2 turns.
2 turns.
That was 2 turns.
Let's start off with the armies themselves. So Nids are very, very cheap.
Yeah, that's the biggest
obviously,
thing
the points are not out yet for this battle report. We will be adding the points on a certain date.
You don't know that.
But you don't know it. But as you can see,
Eventually will.
2,000 points is a lot. So you do have a lot on the table.
I think that's the point, is that the Nids in 9th were so strong when they came out, and
Yes.
the profiles in 9th were strong. I mean, Nids have lost wounds.
Yeah.
They've lost save. You even said with the Exocrine.
Yeah.
They've lost a lot, and even their damage is good. But like, for example, Exocrine is strength 8. Before it could wound vehicles, now it's wounding vehicles on 5s.
Yes.
It will always wound infantry on 2s and stuff.
Yeah.
But they're so cheap now.
I know.
That you just have so much of them that I had like 10 activations to shoot, which
Crazy.
was, that's crazy, right? So I think that's the big thing. I think this is, you can get so much for them.
Yeah.
Right.
And we're still seeing those very shooty Nid armies, which they shoot better than shooty armies because
I mean, we'll see. We'll see the shooty armies.
So many of the big weapons are hitting on 2s. I mean that they still hit very very hard, very, very well, right? Hitting on 2s, exploding 6s. Who doesn't want that?
Oh, yeah.
Right? And they're so survivable as well. Everything's so tough. Those big monstrous creatures are very, very tough. Obviously, we would have liked to see the Brutalis Dreadnoughts in play, the Death Company in play, the Vanguard Veterans. Nothing has really got stuck in. Everything died before. A bit of unlucky dice rolls on my side, obviously failing the charges. That Swarm Lord's given me
That's
2 CP to
you need a
reroll.
9,
I needed the 9, I needed a 7 on the other one failed. I would have had a reroll, didn't have enough CP, which is something we can quickly talk about. CP being so little from the start all through the battle. You do really feel it, right?
Yeah. With the Swarm Lord giving me 2 in my command phase, like that really helps.
Yes.
But like even there, you feel it. Like you really have to think about what you do, and I think that's why abilities like you have on your captain, where you can just use a strat for free, etc., are so huge. Because even though you can only gain 1 in each battle round extra that you get, you can, the ones that are for free you can just do because you count as using free. So you really need to count your like CP and really need to think about what you're going to do.
Yes.
Because even though you're limited to your 6 stratagems for your detachment and then the 11 that you have, you only have 1 CP. It's turn,
much
right?
you can do, especially when you get hit with Now it's 2 CP on a stratagem that you know you're going to use a lot.
Yeah, which
anyway,
is super real.
back to the game. You have seen how important shooting is and how important it is still to hide.
Yeah.
Now, if you're playing something really close combat orientated where you want to get stuck in, I risked it a bit, maybe a bit too much. I probably didn't know how good Nids were at shooting and how much damage they do. Yeah. Now I know. This is how you learn.
It's funny because normally, like, you can do a threat overload idea where you expose everything and say, okay, well, this is my entire army, you can't kill my army.
Yeah.
You did that, except that the Nids answered, yes, we can.
Yes, we can. And again, my saving throws were really bad. I didn't save any of my 5-ups on the Dreadnoughts, which would have made them survive a bit more, at least.
Yeah, my first turn shooting was really all the 6s and everything.
So yeah, it's something that I have to go back and like sit down and say like, okay, what did I do wrong? What would have I done differently? Would have I invested points in things like impulsors, so I do have like a little box of goodness to save me at least another shooting army shooting unit to actually remove the impulsor to then have to get into my Bladeguard. Yeah. Stuff like that. Yeah. Obviously, you're investing points on those type of things, which again you will see the points very soon. But I don't know. It's very tricky.
Yeah.
I think Nid's in a very strong place. Obviously, I don't know how good Blood Angels are. I haven't used Sanguinary Guard. I
think you need to start. I think Dante's very good. I think Sanguinary Guard are very good. Yes. I think taking a chaplain and then taking a lot of Death Company because they innately reroll to hit is really good.
And don't chaplains give you mortal wounds?
Chaplain give you lethal hits.
Lethal hits.
But the big thing with the chaplain is that
lethal hits are not devastating hits.
No,
right?
Devastating wounds are more.
Lethal hits are auto wounding on 6.
But the big thing is that they reroll to hit, so you can fish for those lethal hits, and you don't get the detriment of not having your dead control because you have a chaplain there. And I think that's the big thing. I think a lot of Marine units are okay, but when you start putting the characters in there and all those buffs, they start becoming really strong.
Much. Yeah, there's a lot of synergy in this edition, and this is exactly what I like about it. There's a lot of people saying it's lost a lot of flavor, the edition, specifically for armies, but the flavor comes from building certain units with certain characters, and I think that's where the flavor of 10th is going to be obviously incorporated. Yeah. And again, I think that codexes will bring a lot of that extra flavor with different detachments.
Exactly. I think it was already a lot of people. GW have already come out and said that things like Nids will have like a monster detachment and like a sneaky detachment for lictors and like a Termagon. So that'll add the flavor. Cool. That will be the flavor that we're missing. You know.
Definitely. Anyway, that's the end of us for today. That was the first game of 10th edition. Don't think it went as well as I wanted it to go, especially with my personal Blood Angels. Nids getting the first win. Again, I quickly want to touch base and tell you about SM Plus. So it's a members platform only. Just have to click the join button. If you can't see the join button, there's a link in the description below, which grants you extra battle reports on a weekly basis. And at the same time, if you enjoy watching us, it supports us at the same time. So with that said, that's the end of us for today. We'll catch you in the next battle report very soon. Cheerio.
Bye.